So if I see both of you have quite atypical backgrounds, right? It's something different around there. Do you think that gives you an advantage as an entrepreneur?
What do you think? So I think the entrepreneurship is really all about the ability to take risk, calculated risk, of course, with maximum impact. That's what you're trying to do.
Right.
And when you are exposed to different things in life, you come across from a very, like I, for example, personally, from a very early age in life, was forced to adapt to new situations. You know, I've studied in school environments in 6 different languages. I've lived with and worked with people from all kinds of backgrounds and all kinds of communities and all kinds of countries in the world. This constantly keeps you having to learn, having to adapt, having to innovate, mold yourself to an environment. These are essentially basic life skills, but these are exactly what skills you require even when you start your own company, when you become an entrepreneur. So I think it helps. I don't think it's essential to be atypical. I think the typical stories that you hear of success of people going to engineering school at IIT and then getting a good MBA degree and then maybe doing a few years of great consulting or finance background and then getting good funding also makes for a good story. I would not say that is not a trajectory to take, and maybe sometimes that poses fewer challenges than some of us who are a little more atypical. In my case, being a woman, not having those check marks on the resume there is equally challenging. But I think being a little bit out of the box, having done things differently prepares you, gives you some grounding, I see, for when you are hit with the challenges of your own show.
And I will just talk, about my age. Nishka coming with that background, there's a huge gap that a typical engineer lacks. Being introvert, being not able to understand people in the beginning of the career, how diversity is important, how role of women is important at workplaces, right? And these things are very important to build a culture. And without a culture, you can't build a company.